I think that a lot of the times people assume that any funding that's going to make things more accessible for people with disabilities isn't going to benefit anyone else, but that is just completely not the case. And making society more accessible helps people with disabilities, but it also helps the population as a whole. For example, when making digital media and websites accessible to blind or hearing impaired people, this makes content rank higher in search results, and allows documents to be searched with automated systems, and it also increases the amount of people who have access to that knowledge. And this also holds true for shopping online sites, which can improve sales as more people are able to access the sites. And people can use things such as captions on videos to make things easier to understand people who are like not in a native language to the native being used. And it can also help people understand media when in loud environments, and to increase the attention for neurodivergent individuals who might get distracted by their environments. Additionally, things like elevators, which help people who are mobility impaired, can help anyone who has a child with a stroller, who's carrying a large object, such as a suitcase, or anyone with a temporary disability like a leg cast that would hinder stair use. Or you could just be tired that day and not want to walk up the stairs. Moreover, technology advancements originally made for people with disabilities are often beneficial to the entire population. Texting was invented to be used for deaf people who could not communicate over phone calls, but now it's pretty much universally used, and much of the younger population find that if they get a phone call, they're not going to pick up. Things like closed captioning also, which was used to help hearing impaired individuals, and 18% of the population tend to use it, with only 20% of the people who are using the captions end up being deaf or being hard of hearing. Once everywhere is more accessible, providing additional accommodations for people with disabilities is easier and costs less, making accessibility a more cost-productive task in the long term, and this can also benefit the entire population. So I think that's just something that is often kind of left out of the conversation, and people make it seem like it would cost too much money or be too much effort to make everywhere accessible. But I mean, even things like putting a trash can outside your business, this might not necessarily be 100% necessary, but I found when I have a service dog and he needs to use the bathroom, I have nowhere to put those trash bags. But that can also help people with kids who have trash they need to throw away or diapers to throw away that they don't necessarily want to leave in their car, or just anyone who has stuff to throw away. So just stuff along that line. You might not necessarily think of it 100% as making things accessible, but if you survey the population of people with disabilities, you might find that that's actually incredibly helpful for them. And it benefits everyone. So why not do it, especially as we make new buildings and going forward into the new years. Just try to make everything as accessible as possible. Yeah, thanks.